I feel like there was a very strange smirk on his face when he started to say,
Absolutely.
well, being in Dallas is where I train in the offseason, and the Ravens now take home their first victory of the season. I'll be honest, on Saturday, amongst my family in my house, I was calling this the Desperation Bowl, just like, who needs this worse? And it seemed like the Ravens did, Peter, even though they wanted to cough it up at the end. Pretty cool outing for Baltimore and not so great for Dallas.
I think I'm going to start on the Baltimore side of things because it's hysterics in Philly last week. It's hysterics in Dallas. And we've got all these – it was hysterics in Baltimore, too, because it looked like the Ravens were going to give this season away in the fourth quarter time and time again. Last week's game, we might look back as one of the most inexplicable losses of the season for any team. To be up 10 in the fourth quarter at home against a Raiders team being led by Gardner Minshew and to lose that game – and to see the numbers that had happened time and time again under these John Harbaugh coach teams, you started wondering, is it going to happen again? Is it going to happen again? Because they were up the entire game here, and then all of a sudden it's a 3-point game. And I go to the final drive, and Lamar Jackson finally said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Final drive here. Here's the play. It's 3rd and 6. Lamar, fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, and Zay Flowers makes the catch. Convert it, okay? You got to make one more conversion, then you could take knees in this thing, and we could shut everybody up. We could stop questioning Harbaugh. And 2nd and 9, it's Lamar Jackson, who just gets to the first down. And I don't think the Ravens have ever felt better taking knees to finish a game than after this play right here. It keeps the Pirates at bay for another week. It keeps that criticism of these guys in the late games not being able to close out away for another month. It's one of those deals where every Ravens observer was saying, why can't we win? Why can't we put these games away? And they almost gave it away again. And Lamar was like, no, not this time. So we'll talk Cowboys plenty, but the Ravens finding a way to hold on to a lead and close out a team on the road. I think it's important, and Lamar Jackson got it done when they needed him most.
By his fingertips on the run option. That's what Lamar Jackson said convincingly. No, I will take this ball back. Isaiah, last week you were on this show at this time. You gave a State of the Nation, and I believe you began that with the Cowboys saying it's going to be okay. Update us, please.
Yeah, so I said that with something on the back end of that. I said it's going to be okay if they can figure out this run defense, all right?
Okay.
I put that if it was a fit. Okay, if they can go ahead and take care of the run defense. Well, they did not take care of the run defense. And the stats backed up my statement. Look at what is going on here in Dallas, okay? They are averaging, this is an average over the last 2 games, allowing 232 yards per game on the ground. That's an average. That wasn't just weighted because of this week. Last week was bad, too. They've allowed 7 rushing touchdowns on the ground. You guys see the plus 10 yard runs there, and you guys see the rushing average. Listen up, it's even worse than that, okay? Over the last 2 weeks, there has been 72 points allowed against the Dallas Cowboys defense. Again, 72 points allowed, 87% conversion in the red zone. Of the 60 plays that the Baltimore Ravens ran yesterday offensively, 75% of those plays were runs.
I feel like you're looking at me trying to convince me of the numbers. I believe you. I saw it.
I just want you to digest these numbers.
Just let it soak in.
Just let it marinate, okay? Just let it marinate, okay? So 60 plays, 45 of those plays were runs. For anybody who's ever played Madden out there, okay? Oh, my man, you ever played Madden before?
Yeah.
Okay, so you played Madden. Have you ever played an opponent where they just run the ball every play, and it doesn't matter what defense you select, you just can't stop them? That's exactly what King Henry and this offense that the Baltimore Ravens did yesterday. They have some issues going on in Dallas right now. I'm gonna call a spade, okay? Last week when I sat here, I said it was gonna be okay if. Now, all of a sudden, I want you to look at the body language of CeeDee Lamb. Okay, CeeDee Lamb got his money now. Okay, Dak Prescott got his money. Both of your guys that you're looking forward to be able to control and run your offense are now frustrated. Okay, Dak's trying to hold it together and try to remain a leader. CeeDee Lamb did not have his best game yesterday. He's sitting up there doing bad body language, hitting his hands on the ground. Okay, he fumbled. All right, obviously he dropped passes. And then he has the nerves to sit up there and curse at his quarterback on the sideline. Something that you can't have, okay? Your teammates are watching that. And then you look at it defensively. Micah Parsons trying his best not to point the finger. But all he can take responsibility for is himself. He's trying to do this wee and try to speak French, okay? But at the end of the day, all right, these guys all have to step up and take care of their individual responsibilities. Last week there was concerns about Mike Zimmer and his installation of this defense. Now there's a major alert. I have taken the clear cover off of the button, and my hand is hovering. It's hovering over the red hot button right now. Because if they have a showing like this again, There's going to be some questions.
No, well, that's good to know, the hovering.
Isaiah, I got to go back to you. What did you think when you saw CD on the sideline yelling like he did? Because I saw him have a pretty big fumble in the red zone, and I'm sure he's frustrated. But, like, you as a guy who covers the team as closely as you did, what'd you think of this? Get into this emotionally.
Yeah, I mean, emotionally, and I just talk about it from the standpoint of I play both quarterback and receiver, right? So from the quarterback standpoint, you're gonna always take the fall for your guys, right? It's always my fault, right? Put it on me. But what you can't do as my receiver or any other position is call me out on the sideline, right? If I'm underthrowing the ball and you have no understanding of the fact that I am getting pressured and hit in the back of my head while I'm throwing this ball, and maybe that's the reason why it's underthrown, you cannot go out there and have these explicitives on the sideline and all this bad body language and whining, hitting your hand on the ground, and all the other things that our toddlers do. You got a toddler, okay?
Oh, yeah,
So
I know.
you can't do those things on the sideline because guess what? Now it makes me look bad, and we could have had a man-to-man conversation. You're supposed to be a leader. We gave you the check to be able to be the leader of that room, and now all of a sudden you're making this thing where now we have to sit up here and talk about it.
It's incredible take, Isaiah. I love the passion you have for it. I also love the passion that Erdal has. Not only did she give this game a nickname, she's talking about it with her family on Saturday around the house, Ravens, Cowboys. Jamie, you are so married to the game. You're like, the day before, not even Sunday, you're coming up with nicknames for games with your family and your small children. You are into it.
That's